is a straight, that is more like a highlighter. Look at that. I don't like this. I don't like this. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And before we get into today's video, I just want to do the usual. So if you're new here, my name's Amber and I upload beauty, fashion and lifestyle content, and if that is the type of videos that you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and come along and join my little family. And if you're already part of the family, then make sure that notification bell switched on just so you're notified of whenever I upload a video. And now we can get right into today's video. So guys, today I've got a really exciting full face testing video for you, babe. I have gone and purchased quite a lot of the new XXrevolution range. I really wanted to try them out. I am going to be doing, this is going to be a full face of XXrevolution, but I am going to be going and like testing out the foundations in their own individual videos and stuff as well, just so you can get, if you're really interested in just that product, you can get a real idea of like how that product wears and stuff. This is just going to be like a full face of me using the new range. So I ordered quite a few things. I've literally got enough to do my full face. I didn't order any brow products because I've got loads of brow products at the moment, but I've ordered pretty much everything else. So let's just get right in. I'm going to start by doing my eye makeup. So I have already done my brows off camera, like I said, because I just didn't order any brow products. I ordered 2 palettes. One of them actually arrived smashed, unfortunately, but I'm sorting that out. So the one I'm going to be using today is this one, which is the XXpress shadow palette, which is the beautiful blue palette. None of the really big palettes like took my fancy, and they are expensive. Like, I have to say with this range, it is a lot more expensive than Revolution, but like the standard Revolution stuff, but the packaging and stuff is really, really pretty. But for me, I'm hoping that it's not just gonna, the money's not all gonna have just gone into the packaging, that the products themselves are gonna be great as well. I have swatched this, and to be fair, it is quite impressive in terms of, like, let me just do, like, that's really, really pigmented, so it is quite impressive. And then you've got this gorgeous, look at this blue. Oh, that shimmery blue is stunning. These quads are £10, and I absolutely love these for travelling with, so I did order 2, but I actually want to pick up a few more, but for now I'm just going to stick it out with the 2 that I've got. I want to try them first and really see what the quality and stuff's like. Then if they're really good quality, I'm going to order some more of these quads because I love them for travelling with, and they have some really like unique colour schemes as well, which is really nice. Now, I didn't buy the eye primer either, but I actually like to use a concealer to prime the eyes with, so I'm actually going to be using the XXrevolution concealer. This is their Super Fix concealer. I got it in CX1, which I probably should have gone a little bit darker, but it's fine. I'm going to make this work. This comes in this gorgeous like frosted glass packaging. I've got to say, they have really upped the game in terms of the packaging. The packaging's stunning. I think this was £10, so a little bit more pricey than their normal concealers, but not too much more pricey. Yeah, it comes in this gorgeous packaging. You get 13.5ml of product, which is pretty good because that's nearly half the amount you get in a foundation. It's quite a tight fit, but it's got like a little, this like doe foot applicator, but it almost looks like a little baby foot, which is quite funny. So I'm going to pop this on the lid, and I'm going to use this to carve out my brows and prime the eyes and see what it's sort of like. It is a very like thick full coverage consistency. I'll show you this swatched on my hand. So this is the concealer here, and it has got a thick consistency. It's going to be full coverage, I believe. If you're someone who doesn't like a full coverage concealer, you're probably not going to like this. It's probably going to be a bit too much for you, but I'm just going to get you guys zoomed in a little bit, and we're going to get this on my eyes. So I've just took that on my brush, and then let's go in with this and see what it's like. Oh, I think this is going to be a nice base. It's like a really thick consistency. I definitely think with this product it's going to be a case of like a little bit does go a long way with it. You don't need loads. So to be fair, that was the tiniest amount, and that has done my full eye. Right, I'm just going to do one eye for now because I'm just going to do one eye on camera and do the other off camera. So I'm going to go in with this lovely bright blue shade here. That went on really, really well. It's not like patchy or anything, which is nice. So I'm just going to go in with that slightly lighter blue, and I'm just going to fluff out the edge a little bit of this where I've put the original colour down. Just ever so slightly taking it along that edge. So I'm just going to take a little bit of makeup remover on a cotton pad, and I'm just going to remove, like shape it how I want it to be shaped and remove any excess product. So now I'm happy with that. I'm just going to go back in with my concealer and I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Right, I'm going to go in with a packing brush. I want to see how this gorgeous like shimmery blue shade performs. I'm not taking it all the way up to that line because I do want to put like a silver glitter. To be fair, this is one of those looks where it's going to look really messy and stuff until I've pulled it all together. So I'm just going to step away from the New Revolution things just for a couple of seconds. I just want to put a little bit of silver glitter on this cut crease. So I'm just going to take the glitter primer, the NYX glitter primer, and a little bit of Gade glitter, and I'm just going to pop it where I've not filled in. Can you see that line? Right guys, I'm literally just going to pop off camera and just finish off this eye, and then we're going to get on to base and try all the new exciting base products from xxrevolution. So I've just finished my eyes off camera. I'm going to move on now to the base, and I'm going to be using the Hydra Quench Balm primer. This is 70% water and aloe vera, and it says it's an amazing fresh gel to help restore skin with its water blast experience. And this comes in a little jar like this. It's so cool. It's got these like rain droplets on the top. It's very, very bougie, all of this new packaging. I love it. It's really lovely. It's in this really like nice like thick glass jar. You get 25ml in here, so it's quite a decent amount of product, and I believe these are £15. And it's got this, oh, it smells like aloe vera. It's got this like jelly texture. It's like a, but it's like a proper like set jelly type texture. So this, I'm going to put this on to prime my face. I did look at like a few of their other primers, but this one got the sort of best reviews on the Boots website, so I went for this one. It's got a very strange texture, but it feels very hydrating. It smells nice and fresh. I feel like that's given my skin like a boost of hydration. My skin feels really nice and hydrated. I think with primers you have to use them a few times, but you can definitely see my skin looks more hydrated. It's got like, it does feel like sticky on the skin, but that can be quite good because it means the foundation will like stick to my face better. So while that's sort of drying in, I'm just going to talk about the foundation. So the foundations are £15 each. I picked up both of them. I'm just going to be using one in this video, and then I'm going to be doing 2 independent testing videos on these guys anyway. I got the Glow Skin foundation. This is the Luminous foundation. I went for a 5.7, and this is a lightweight buildable skin true foundation with a medium to full coverage. And then I also got the Liquid Skin foundation. This is the Double Fix foundation. I think I want to go for the Luminous one today. This one, like I say, is more of like a lightweight buildable, and it's got illuminating pearlescent particles for a glowing finish. It's also infused with hyaluronic acid to hydrate skin, and this is the Glow Skin Luminous one. So I'm just going to take a couple of pumps of this onto my dampened blender. It's quite thick, even just coming out of the pump there. Yeah, you can see it's quite a thick formula. I'm quite happy with that shade, and it's covering quite nicely there as well. Like you can see, that is quite a full coverage because I've only put a tiny little bit on there, and like it's really covered up pretty much everything. It's definitely got a glowy finish to it. I can see that. You can see how it reflects in the light, and even like my spots and things on my chin, it's pretty covered them up as well pretty quickly. So this is the foundation applied to the skin, just so you can see what it looks like, and you can see that it has pretty much covered, so it definitely is a more full coverage foundation. It's pretty much covered most of my face. Like there's no like redness really or anything coming through. Obviously there's a tiny little bit of matte, but these are quite like nasty. I've got quite a lot of hormonal breakouts at the moment, but it's pretty much covered my face, and you can definitely tell it has got a luminous finish because when I shift my face you can see that like luminosity coming through the foundation, which is nice. Now this claims to be a lightweight buildable coverage. Now I do think you can build it, but I only put a little bit on. It is pretty much full coverage straight away. But I I can feel this on my skin. I'm going to say that I can feel it. So it's not like the lightest foundation. Go in now and use a little bit of their new concealer and see what this is like on the skin. It was nice as an eye primer. So I'm just going to take a tiny little bit because it's quite thick, this. I imagine a little bit goes a long way. I've heard this dries out quite quickly as well, so I'm just going to do under my eyes first. Actually, that's quite nice, that shade. It's nice and brightening. Yeah, a little bit definitely goes a long way with this. This is very, very dewy. This foundation's very, very dewy. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to wear like on my skin, with me being a slightly oilier skin type. Right, so I'm going to move on to powder. I went for their new Glow Fix powder. So this is the Luminous Loose Setting Powder in the shade Luster. Packaging is unreal. Almost, it's in like one of those, you know when you got those like cushion foundations and things? It's almost in like that sort of packaging. You do only get 5 grams of product in here though, and this is £12. So I'm just going to take it on my brush. I prefer a brush. Ooh, it's making me look shiny. I'm not sure it's going to last you a very long time though, this powder. So this is the powder, and I wouldn't say it's like a mattifying setting powder by any means. I know it's like got that glowy quality to it, but I wouldn't say it's like really locked my makeup in place or anything like that. But it looks quite nice. So I'm going to move along to blusher, bronzer and highlighter, and I'm going to be using the Gravitate Complexion palette. This reminds me so much of like Urban Decay's palettes, and this was £18, so quite pricey. This is what it looks like. Love the packaging. The packaging's stunning. The pans are quite small. You get 4.5 grams per pan. So to put the size of this in perspective, each pan is 4 grams, which is about the same size as like a mini Hoola bronzer. It's not bad. A mini Hoola bronzer is like $14.50, and you've got 3 pans in here, so it's not a bad price point. I'm quite excited to see what these are like. So you've got your bronzer, your blusher and your highlighter, and this is right up my street because it's like a shimmery blusher and I love that sort of a thing. So I'm really excited to get this on my face and see what it's like. So I'm just going to start by going in with the bronzer shade, and that's quite pigmented. It is quite difficult to blend actually, to be honest. It's got like a almost slightly reddy undertone, that bronzer. That's the bronzer. It actually looks quite pretty. It's not the easiest to blend out. It's got a slightly reddy undertone, but once you do blend it out, it does look quite pretty on the skin. So I'm going to go in with the blush now, and this is what I'm most excited about, to be honest, because I love a shimmery blush. That is a straight, that is more like a highlighter. Look at that. It looks quite nice now. I've like sort of blended it out with the powder brush. I'm just going to go in to the highlighter shade. It's quite a neat, like it looks like quite natural in the pan. That's not really like doing anything. Like that's what? I don't like this. I don't like this. It's a shame because I love the packaging and everything. It's so pretty, but I don't like this. I don't like this shade. It's like straight up like a highlighter rather than a blush. It's just weird. This just doesn't really do anything, and this is very difficult to work with and to blend. So yeah, that's a no from me. I'm not sold on this, which is a shame because I really wanted to love it. So the last thing that I've got from their range is the new Pore Fix No More Shine Oil Controlling Mattifying Fixing Spray. So I'm just going to spritz this on my face. Lovely mist, really, really nice mister. Smells nice. That's like rejuvenated that makeup when I've put it on. See, like that looks quite nice now. I think I need to play around with this a little bit more before I write it off. I shouldn't write it off straight away, but I was disappointed with it, should I say, rather than it's a no from me. I was just disappointed with it. But I'm just going to pop off camera, guys, because that is all the new products I've got. I'm just going to literally finish my eyes off with some lashes and pop some lipstick on, and then we're going to go through and I'm going to chat about all these products and give you my thoughts and feelings. This is the finished look. I'm just going to go through each of these products and tell you what like my thoughts and feelings are on each product. I'm not going to do it in any particular order. I'm just going to pick a product out at a time. So the first thing I've got is the Pore Fix, which is the setting spray. I do really, really like this. I think that it did like really rejuvenate my skin when I used it. I want to use it more, obviously, to try and like see what it's like. You can't just use things once and say they're the best things ever, but I did really like this. The eyeshadow palette really impressed me. The quality of this was just incredible. The packaging's stunning, and the quality of these shadows is absolutely amazing. Like, these matte shadows are just absolutely incredible, and it does make me interested to try some of the bigger palettes to see what they're going to be like. Now I know that these were such amazing quality, makes me want to try the bigger palettes. I've got the face kit here, which, to be fair, I'm a little bit torn on, because when I was applying it I wasn't really a big fan of it, but once I've actually finished my makeup look off and pulled it all together, it does actually look quite pretty. So I think I need to play around with this a little bit more to sort of see what my thoughts and feelings are on that. Initially I wasn't a big fan of it, but it's grown on me a little bit. I did really like the concealer. I feel like a little bit goes a long way with this, and it's going to last you a really long time. I do actually think it's really nice as an eye base as well. Again, I just need to play around with it a little bit more and see what it works like with other foundations and things like that, but it does look really nice, and it really like brightened up my eye area. Then I've got the setting powder. I'm not really sure that this one's my cup of tea. I feel like I need to play around with this a little bit more, but I don't think this is something that I repurchase. I much prefer like something like a de-slick powder or a mattifying powder, due to me being like an oilier skin. I'm not sure this is going to particularly work well in my favour. Then I've got the Aloe Vera Hydra Quench primer. I did really enjoy this, and I felt like it was a nice base for my makeup to sort of stick to. Again, it's hard to really comment on this one because I've only used it the once. I need to play around with it a little bit more, but I do feel like it gave my skin like a really nice hydrated look, and it had that like tackiness to it, so my makeup stuck to it really nicely. And then last but not least, I've got the Glowy Skin foundation. Now I did really enjoy this, but again, I need to see what this wears like throughout the day and things like that. I do think it looks quite nice on my skin. I do think that this one would be better for someone with like more of a drier skin than someone who's oily. Not so bad maybe if you're combination oily like me, but I think if you are someone that is really oily, it'll probably be not the best choice for you. But I want to see what this sort of wears like throughout the day. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with the quality of the packaging. Is absolutely amazing, and a lot of the products do stand up to the quality of the packaging, which is really nice. But I just feel like with it all being new, I do need to play around with it a little bit more to see what it's sort of like. Anyway guys, I'd love to know what your thoughts and feelings are on the products that I've played around with. Have you gone out and bought any of the XXrevolution range? Are you thinking about buying any of the range? Let me know that down below, and I shall see you next one. Thanks so much for watching.